Hey everyone, it's Jim.
And Charles.
From Melatone amps. Whoops.
All right.
1, 2, 3. Hey everyone, it's Jim.
And Charles.
From Valves and More, an online vintage tube store. And today in Tube Lab number 278, we're going to talk a little bit about pro-built Melatone amp kits. But first, caution everyone, electronics and tube amplifiers can have very high voltages present, which can be lethal. Exercise extreme caution when working around them. Always consult a professional technician when in doubt. Today's episode will be just a short one. We want to fill you in on what's happening today over at Melatone Amps, which is running its first ever spring into summer sale. Now, you might say, I'm not interested in building a kit, or I just don't have time, and that's fine. But before you switch the channel, let me say, for a relatively small build fee, we can build the kit for you. In fact, we call those pro builds. And Charles and I basically tag up together, and between the two of us, we can do a build fairly quickly. But of course, there's always a lot of builds coming in. In fact, one of the biggest changes that we've seen in the MTA business is just how many pro builds we're doing. Right now, we're averaging about a build every week and a half, which is about the maximum we can keep up with. After that, we're going to have to grow again and hire someone to give us a hand. So, if you're interested in a longer video in which we talk about each and every one of the kits in the lineup, I'll put a link below, and you can watch today's MTA video, and I'll also put the discount code for the summer sale below this video so that you can easily access it. And before we go, let's take a look at some lovely early Sylvania 6SN7 GTBs that just came in recently. Okay, Charles, we've got some really nice looking early Sylvania GTBs. How do we know they're early?
Well, you can tell by these wonderful chrome domes on them. Later versions of most Sylvania tubes, they switched over to a much lighter chrome dome, probably because they had better vacuum technology at the time. So they didn't need as much getter flashing. But the earlier ones all have these beautiful, strong chrome dome getters on them.
And they probably, they're probably one of the first generations after the famous GTAs.
Yeah, and which also had those fantastic chrome domes, and the late GTAs also had these angle plates on them as well. And so we actually managed to find a decent number, not a huge number, a decent number, of used and new old stock GTBs. We have both the chrome domes and the later light chrome ones, and we have new and used, and they're all in the store.
Yeah, and what makes this so great is the Sylvania made some of the best sounding 6SN7s ever, and each and every generation of the Sylvania tubes, whether it's the early 1930s GTs, a little later GTWs, the GTAs, which had a couple of generations, and then these, the GTBs, they all have this warm, rich mid-range that still has some excellent detail, a really good balanced tube, in my opinion. In fact, if you were to write an encyclopedic, does anybody ever read encyclopedias anymore?
Probably not, but Wikipedia is sure.
If you were to read a Wikipedia post in which you had an answer to your question, what is that nice tube sound, that tubey warmth? Well, there'd be a picture of a Sylvania 6SN7 in Wikipedia. And these are just great tubes. I mean, they're long-lived, they're low noise, they're rock solid. We rarely have problems with them.
They'll run in any modern amplifier that takes a 6SN7.
And best of all, they sound really, really excellent. I would even say amazing. And to One of the problems we're having with 6SN7s in particular is the really high demand tubes, the Sylvanias, the Tungsals, they're basically disappearing. So whenever we get enough in to make match pairs, it's a moment of celebration. And you may have noticed that we've got a U marked on some and an N on some. Most of these were either true new old stock or new old stock pulls, which means that they were probably put into a piece of military equipment that never basically was used. But some of them get downgraded. So, for example, this used Sylvania basically has a mucked up base.
Has a little bit of wear on the base. It's hard to see unless you catch it in the light.
Most likely it was just a label, maybe placed on by some tester at some point with glue that just never comes off. So it's got a cosmetic challenge.
But if you look at the testing numbers,
it's basically testing new old stock. If we look at the chrome to see if it's showing any sign of age or having been run, there's almost no sign at all that it's been used. Now, this tube would probably date from about 1959 to maybe 1965, 66. So we're talking about a 60-plus-year-old tube. So there's going to be a little bit of degradation to the gettering simply because the gettering is holding the vacuum really hard in the tube. So basically the gettering picks up any stray molecules that are either inside the tube were there during manufacturing, or actually migrate through there's a whole bunch of little glass encased wires that have to pass through to get to the pin side. And even though they were encased in molten glass, there's probably a molecule here or there from the atmosphere that sneaks into the vacuum, and that's what would degrade the gettering.
And there's also a little bit of off-gassing from the actual components inside there as well, which slowly happens over time.
Yeah. So, but you can always tell at least the basic condition of the tube by looking at the gettering. So even if a tube, let's say, was brand new old stock, new in the box, new in the sleeve, or new in the case, it had never been touched, it had never been tested. If it's 60 years old and it comes out of that box and there's a lot of degradation on the gettering, that tells you that there's a problem with the tube from manufacturing.
And some tubes were just like that. They didn't have great vacuum technology at the time, or at least not everybody did. And sometimes we'll open up new old stock sleeves of tubes that are that old, and a lot of them just don't look great.
Yeah, in fact, I went and visited a gentleman recently who had a bunch of tubes for sale, and we opened up some new in the sleeve tubes, and they were gone. I didn't have time to pull a tube. Maybe we've got one handy. Charles is going to go see if we have one. And
there we go.
And that's what they look like.
That's a bad vacuum right there.
Yep, and that can happen with a brand new tube. So if that happens when we're looking at new tubes, then we're right away our radar alarms go off, or our spidey sense tingles, and we start to wonder, is this a tube that we want to bring to our customers? And the answer almost always is no. So Sylvania, though, gives us basically the best of all worlds, a reliable, great-sounding tube that's long-lived. So this is Jim.
And Charles.
Signing off. Cheers, everyone.